topic and let's talk about Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. So the Grammys have not the nominees have not been released yet. However, Rolling Stone just recently did like an article that was brought to my attention yesterday. Shout out to Onyx for bringing this to my attention, friend to the show, and was bringing up this whole situation that they did their predictions of who they think will be getting the Album of the Year nominees. And I'm wanting to weigh in on it as well based off of what they said. So as a class, I thought it'd be relatively entertaining that we could bring this up. And of course, y'all can chime in as well because, we encourage that on this show, comments and things of that nature. Why she give me Lil Jon tease the way she doing this picture? Yeah. So they said, while the queen of the Beehive has the most wins in Grammy Awards history, or should we say herstory, she has yet to snag the coveted AOTY award. Now, leading up to the Grammy nominations on November 8th, Rolling Stone is breaking down 13 different categories. For each, we're predicting the nominees as well as who will and who should win on Grammy night. This nomination year had rock-solid full lengths from 4 Grammy perennials, a recent vintage, Taylor Swift, Beyoncé, Billie Eilish, and Black Pumas, which doesn't leave much wiggle room for the 8-entry field of Album of the Year. But that is enough space to nod to Chappell Roan's Meteoric Rise and to hold that Brat Summer had on the collective imagination, as well as Future and Metro Boomin's world-shaking collaboration and Tyler's vision of Afropop. So basically, based on their list of who they picked as Album of the Year, they said the following. They said Beyonce's Cowboy Carter, Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Black Pumas, Chronicles of a Diamond, Chappell Roan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. And basically, the name of that title of that album is starting to mimic her real life because the way she's been acting in this media as of late, it is about to be the rise and the fall of a Midwest Princess. She keep it up. And then they also put in Charlie XCX's Brat, Future and Metro Boomin, We Don't Trust You, Taylor Swift's The Torture Poets Department, and Tyler's self-titled debut, Tyler. Make me sweat, make me holler. Okay, so that make me lose my breath, make me water. Drown me in some damn water. I'm about sick of that broad. She pissed me off with that recent thing that she did at the Grammys. But anyway, let me not start windmilling bones too much because them bony ass arms. She acted like she too damn good to hold her VMA award. So could you imagine if she actually won the Grammy? She probably gonna have one of the presenters sit there and hold the Grammy for. I said, you better put that shit on the floor. Cause I'd be damned if I'm gonna sit there and hold your Grammy like I'm your servant. So anyway, so they said who will win. Rolling Stone believes Beyonce is going to be Beyonce in the AOTY award win again. Because she won it last year, which of course a lot of people was upset that they felt Renaissance should have won. But then Taylor Swift wound up winning, which I do agree. Taylor should not have gotten that. Renaissance should have gotten it. But anyway, here's what they said. They said, can anyone top Taylor Swift's momentum, especially since she announced the Torture Poets Department at the 2024 Grammy Awards earlier this year, which in my opinion was a little tacky because you use in a place where it's all about the celebration of your fellow musicians, your fellow peers, and you're using this like it's the VMAs. Like if you're at the VMAs, you're at the People's Choice, you're at the Nickelodeon Award, if you had any of them other award show, that's when you make your announcement. She decided to use an award show that's supposed to be on her peers to announce her new album, which I thought was a little tacky. Because them people in the room don't give a damn. But I guess the people at home do, and clearly they did because it was a huge hit. Especially with the amount of work that she put in all them different bundles and different versions of the vinyl and the re-releases and adding new versions of songs on the album. So people was out there just buying and rebuying and rebuying the same damn album. But a lot of the reviews were mixed because a lot of people felt that Jack Antonoff's production side was weaker on this record. So they basically said that obviously the impact of the Eras tour is hard to ignore, and obviously the Torture Poets Department has been huge, says Talia Cranes, senior editor of pop at Spotify. Her whole catalog still continues to stream like crazy, and when she's added the new album section to her show, that gave it another boost. TTPD being produced by Jack Antonoff, who currently is on a 3-year winning streak for Producer of the Year. I believe his group Bleachers, his band Bleachers, is going to be at my job this week. I think on Thursday or Friday. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, so it said for Producer of the Year, non-classical should help Swift's case, as should the final leg of the Eras Tour, which runs from October to December. But who should win? They said Beyonce should win. Now, she is the winningest artist in Grammy Awards history, but somehow has never won Album of the Year. Cowboy Carter could fix that. It's an important history lesson about Black contributions to American music, as well as an introduction to the next generation of Black country music, uplifting other Black female country artists and creating important conversations that needed to happen is so important, says Cranes, that the album is stuffed with indelible tracks like the slick Bodyguard and the sweetly supportive Miley Cyrus duet. What was it? But they said "Ill Most Wanted." Two Most Wanted. What was the name of that song? But it looked like two. Because I can't remember all the damn names at the time. But they put Two Most Wanted. Makes it a contender as well. They said the two things stand side by side: the cultural piece and the excellent album. And whether you like it or not, I do agree. Cowboy Carter is a good, solid album. I do feel like it should win. I hope it wins. I also hope that Jay-Z going on his little rant last year at the well, went on the Grammys. Wait, the Grammys was this year, actually, February. I really hope that what Jay-Z went and set up on that stage doesn't sabotage her chances of getting the AOTY award. But I do agree that Cowboy Carter is way more a solid body of work than Tortured Poets Department. So I hope she does win. So they said that forecast in the field. This has been a strong year for albums and not just as a collection of songs designed to support a single or two, which I will say I love the fact that Beyonce and Taylor Swift are doing that. And Chaperone is also doing that, where they're giving quality album type stuff. Because if you listen to everybody else, they'll sit up here and tell you, oh no, we don't want albums. We want singles. Well, there are single artists out there. Katy Perry being one of them. She ain't no album artist. She's a singles artist. So if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do that. And then when you listen to Charlie XCX's Brat, that's an album. Like I can listen to that album from beginning to end. When you listen to Beyonce's album, and I love the fact that Beyonce is not conformed to this whole 2.5 minute TikTok craze where, oh, I have to make my songs short so that way they can trend on Spotify. I'm all about these albums lasting the test of time. And that's what I feel like is a problem with a lot of these Sabrina Carpenter types. Excuse me. And all these other people where y'all just want to conform to these short songs instead of giving a collection and a body of work that's going to last not just the moment, but 10, 15, 20 and years from now and so on and so forth. So they also said that Good Luck Babe was a song that finally propelled her. But it's been truly fascinating to watch everybody really dig into her catalog. Nearly the entire album is in the Spotify Top 200. Elsewhere, Billie Eilish's sharply drawn yet tenderly tenderly felt, hit me hard and soft, was really her being a 20-something instead of a teenager. It was incredibly relatable despite her being one of the most famous people in the world. They said Future and Metro Boomin's We Don't Trust You was a sequel-worthy hip-hop moment. Black Puma's Chronicles of a Diamond was psychedelic soul odyssey from an act that has become an Academy darling since debuting 5 years ago. And I think that Black Pumas were being highlighted heavily this past Grammys. Although I couldn't name not one damn Black Puma song. No shade, just saying. Charlie XCX's Brat introduced her as a solo artist to a whole new audience while staying true to her future pop ideals. And I 1,000% agree with that. While Brat, in my opinion, is not her best body of work, it is a body of work where I'm glad people are finally discovering Charlie for the genius that she is in regards of like the queen of electro pop. Like I feel like, or hyper pop, whatever you want to call it, but I feel like she, in my opinion, is a true Madonna successor in regards of pushing the boundaries and genre of music and keeping her one foot in the mainstream, but also in the underground. So, in my opinion, when people talk about the next Madonna, whatever, Charlie XX embodies all of those characteristics, which is why I live for her music. I like all her albums. I'll even say I like Crash, even though I felt that album was, well, she calls it her sellout record. But I like some songs on that record. But Pop 2 is my jam. Like, I love Pop 2. But anyway, so moving on from that, they said that we've always known she had it in her. And now Tyla's win last winter, she nabbed the inaugural Best African Music Performance Award for her breakout single Water, indicates that her album might receive some big four love. Well, good for her, but I don't know anybody that's really out here checking for Tyla like that. But if y'all are, let me know in the comments. I know I'm not. I don't particularly care for her. But they said the list of potential snubs is almost as impressive as the list above. It includes Zach Bryan's Finally Wrought and Bruce Springsteen assisted The Great American Bar Scene, Sabrina Carpenter's Frothy, Short and Sweet. That album is not good. I'm sorry, but it's not. I understand all the hype around her and stuff, but I was so bored with that record. And Chris Stapleton's Ballad Heavy Higher. Now, here's my overall thoughts. I said I would love Charlie to walk away with the AOTY award since she did have the gays and the girls in a chokehold with Brat Summer. Billie Eilish is another one who delivered an excellent album this year. But honestly, I don't see her walking away with an AOTY award either. But I do see her walking away with a Grammy of some sort. I don't know what type of Grammy, but I do see her winning some Grammys. I also see Charlie walking away with some Grammys. Now, I'm not, as I said earlier, I'm not familiar with Black Puma's music, and I don't see Future and Metro Boomin getting the Grammy as an AOTY. They may walk away with Best Hip Hop or whatever the category is, but I definitely think that Future will walk away with some stuff. Future's another one I can't name not one damn song, but his name, and his everything about him, he's everywhere. Like he gets hyped up. We hear him in the streets, in the music streets. But I couldn't name one damn Future song. And also with Tyler's stink attitude of the VMAs last month, I don't want her to win an AOTY Grammy because she might need one of her presenters or one of the presenters to hold her heavy award again. So Miss Thing better start doing some weight curls if she gets nominated because last I checked, your peers aren't your servant. Now, as for Chaperone, if she is nominated, I don't want her to win one, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, look, she said it herself. She said it recently in the interview. I don't know if it was the Bipolar 2 talking or whatever. But she said she doesn't want to get an award because people will finally leave her alone. So let's all do her a favor and pay her dust. We could like the music, we could like the album, we could like all the songs. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. We could do all of that till the cows come home. But if she don't want the Grammy, let's not reward her with one. Or let's reward her with one so we can see her freak out on stage. And have a moment and people call her a damn hypocrite on the Twitter. So while, I would love for Bey, who hasn't really put in the work to promote Cowboy Carter to her fans and her peers, which I will say that, she's going to have to campaign for votes once the nomination season starts. Taylor has had such a great year in regards to the fan momentum that she built for TTPD, as well as all the media attention she's received, while creatively Beyoncé has put out an excellent body of work. So I do think based on the fact that it was hard to escape Taylor Mania, the most famous cat lady on the planet will probably walk away with the AOTY award again. But I will reiterate and say this. I'm really hoping and praying because y'all paid Beyonce dust at the Country Awards. The Country People Choice, whatever the hell that was that just passed this past weekend. She walked away with none. She didn't get no nominations for the Country Awards that we talked about that maybe a week or two ago. So she's pretty much out of the whole country space. She made her album. She's got the people talking. That is what's more important than the fact of her walking away with an award. But I do hope that with the upcoming Grammys, that she will clean up yet again, and she will finally get this well-deserved AOTY award. Because Taylor, you know what? I ain't got no issues with you, sis, but you won enough awards. So let somebody else get it. So I know it's not her. It's these people voting. So y'all need to stop and give it to Beyonce. But like I said before, it's at the end. But on the other side, like I said, It's not always about winning the award. As long as she's got the conversation going and got people talking, that should be the most important thing. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of what Rolling Stone has to say in regards of the nominations, their predictions? Do you think that Beyonce should walk away with the Album of the Year award? And if there's some albums that came out this year that weren't mentioned in that list that they predicted or whatever, because I only want to focus on Album of the Year. I don't care about all the other categories because that's the big one. Who do y'all think should get nominated for album of the year? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.